Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. Doing something a little different today, where we're going to be actually doing a little bit of set building and working on our imperial break room or rec room. Oop, just got live stream. Turn my own sound down there so I can't hear myself because that's incredibly distracting. Right, so let me just give you a quick guided tour here. So this is what I've got so far of the imperial break room. It's looking a little bit bare at the moment, but I just tried to think what you might have in an imperial break room, and we've got a ratty old couch that they rescued from somewhere. We're going to have posters around the walls of various things, like probably a message board somewhere up here or something like that. Old arcade machines, of course. Dance Dance Revolution in the corner here. Yo, Dr. Disrespect, how are you doing? Bookshelf, which we're going to pile up with games and books. Of course, they like to play Settlers of Catan. A very, very uncomfortable looking table and chairs, with going to be some games on there, like Scrabble, Monopoly, all the classics. Various troopers milling around and a few other things. So we're going to be putting a few more things in this today and just generally dressing it up a little bit more. So yeah, if you guys have got any ideas of about what might go in an imperial rec room, then please shout out in the comments and let me know what else I might add. So these guys have already got an animation put on them, so they're just going to be looping away in the background whenever this gets started. So I'll just set that going so you can see how that would look. So that's what they're going to be doing. So I'll have to adjust that, obviously, so they don't clip through the box and the machine and stuff, but they'll just be in the background while our lead characters are talking. And we'll have to get some flashing lights going as well. But we'll just switch them off for now so we don't use up too much processors. Right, so I've got a few things that we can bring in straight away. Obviously, stormtroopers are going to need a dartboard, which is, whoa, way too big. So I'll just reduce that in size a little bit. And we'll just put that against the wall over here. Goes up. When am I doing dumb droids? I don't quite understand the question there. You mean a short about droids? Yeah, might happen. So a lot of the time when these external assets come in, they come in without all the textures plugged in, so I have to go ahead and plug them in manually, which doesn't take too long. Which gives them their look. So that's giving that a little bit of depth. So I don't know whether I should go for the cheap gag and have the board surrounded by darts and nothing actually on the board itself. That feels a little mean. I don't know, but we'll see. An ice cream bar, yeah, maybe, or maybe a vending machine. Somebody's earlier suggested duck hunt, so I tracked a duck hunt machine down. Now, I may have to change some of the graphics on these to something a little more Star Warsy. Oh yes, with blue milk as a flavor. Yeah, blue ice creams, of course. I've got this ticket machine as well, which is sort of some non-specific video game here. But I really enjoy this part of the process, actually, the set building, because a lot of this stuff is going to be very backgroundy, but that's cool. It all adds life. Just got to make sure the scale is right too, so I'll just move these guys. Maybe, oh yeah, that looks about right. A Bacta station. A healing station, yeah. What else did I get? Oh yeah, a ping pong table. Every rec room needs a ping pong table. Whoa, that's huge. Okay. Oh, thank you, twin cat lovers. Glad you're enjoying it. Glad the whole family's enjoying it. They are fun to make, and it's always a bonus when people are actually liking them as well. We're going to see an Imperial gunner. Yeah, probably. I haven't managed to track down a model for an Imperial gunner yet, but as we start getting more into these interior Imperial environments, then yeah, we'll see different kinds of troopers. Helmet and umbrella rack. Yep. Another question here. How long have the two stormtroopers been friends? I guess we're saying in world now they've known each other for a few months. Although this particular episode may or may not be a flashback episode. Yeah, they have the wealth of the galaxy, but a couch from 1978. Yeah, I saw this couch on a 3D site, asset site. I thought that's a rec room couch, and that's a rec room table and chairs. Okay, so there's the ping pong table. What else did I get? Oh yeah, I forgot to point out the old TV just above the door, which is going to be screening something. I'm not sure yet. Have the arcade machines walk around like some droids? Maybe. Depends how much time I got to. That sounds tricky. It's a great idea. But it sounds... Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. N64 with Rogue Squadron on. Would that be seen as treasonous? I don't know. Again, so this has come up before. So the vet's been a trooper for about 20 years. Luke was 17 or 18, joining the rebels, then leaves there for 3 years for the vet to be a trooper. So they make him a phase 2 clone. I'm going to go on record. No, I'm not. We'll leave it slightly ambiguous, but it's always been my thought that if TKFKU signed up at the very origin of the Empire, like the very, very first days, you know, starry-eyed and full of the thought that he was going to bring order to the galaxy. You know, he brought into the whole thing of Palpatine, and he took him at his word. Then, you know, he could have been a trooper for 20 years, and he doesn't necessarily have to be a clone. He's a human trooper. But that's my personal take. Give one trooper a Star Trek phaser and see who notices. That's an idea. Need some magazines on these shelves as well. Travel Scrabble. Treble Scrabble. Treble Scrabble death. Treble Scrabble. Wonder if anyone will get that reference. For the TV. Oh, a picture on the dartboard. That's a good idea. Maybe not of Spock, but of something. What would stormtroopers be throwing darts at? Luke Skywalker? Make the Tribble a ping pong ball. Do Tribbles bounce? I don't know. You know, I gotta be honest, I don't want to lean too much into the whole stormtroopers are bad shots thing because it seems like such a cheap gag. I touched on it a little bit in one of them from one of the rebels, but apart from that, kind of consciously been trying to avoid it. Ewok carpet. Ooh, dark. Dark, but funny. Although at this point in our particular canon, they haven't come across the Ewoks yet, so that doesn't mean that they haven't had one imported from somewhere. So we can fill that cabinet up with more stuff later. Saving Jar Jar on the dartboard. Yep, somebody said Han on the dartboard. Yep, there are many options for who might be on the dartboard. Wow, this ping pong table has a lot of materials. Just make this look a little bit more metallic. Where did I put that texture? Rec room, ping pong. Oh. Saved it. Save. Just drag that onto here. There we go. Give that a bit of a metallic shine. An IG butler. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely needs some sort of drinks serving droid, doesn't there? Massage chairs. Yeah. Is this all key animation? This is, I'm sort of more just setting stuff up at the moment, but a lot of the time, yes, it will be keyframed animation. Because we do the dialogue and then we kind of try and match the animations to the dialogue. So move him over there and change. We can have these two talking to each other so that when this is playing down, We got these guys having a chat, so they can be talking in the background as well. So it's going to loop, and but they're going to be very backgroundy, so that's okay. Max Rebo cameo. Well, we had Lapti Neck. But yeah, an actual appearance is not out of the question. In the Marines, the only thing we had was weights, wet wipes by the fridge, and a weights, weight rack. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, like exercise. Could have a trooper doing bench presses in full armor. Because these guys never take their helmets off or anything. And this is how it looks through the camera. So let's set these guys going. Mouse droid outfit. Mouse droid fighting ring. Like the robot fighting they have nowadays. Mouse droid pit fighting. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we could do in here. Hello there, General Kenobi. Does anyone recognize the arcade machine in the background there and know the story behind it? Polybius. If not, do a search on YouTube for History of Polybius. There's a couple of documentaries about it. It's actually very, very interesting story. Just got one more thing I might put on here. Downloading something very quickly. A ratty old rug? Too much? I don't know. Would stormtroopers have a ratty old rug? Although I did like the idea of the Ewok rug. Or even darker, possibly, the Wookiee skin rug. The break room we never saw. No, we never saw stormtroopers chilling. Just doing non-battle stuff. So it's only going to be a brief appearance, but it should be fun. I actually did have the idea of putting something on the TV like a Twilight soap opera or something like that, but that's a whole other animation I'd need to make. I haven't completely discounted it, but we'll just see how long this one takes to make. But that would be quite fun to have something completely unique on the screen. A Wampa rug, yeah? Wampa rug, torn head mounted on the wall. Definitely need a message board though, so if anybody saw the community post, we are looking for people to do JPEGs of propaganda posters or message boards or community notices, that kind of thing, which I can stick all around the walls. Yeah, so if you want to fire those through to the email, which I put on the community post, then I'd love to see what some of you guys can come up with. What else have I got in here? I think that might be all I've downloaded for now. Yeah, that's starting to look pretty cozy. So what's the consensus? Rug or no rug? I'm kind of leaning away from the rug myself. It might be a bit much, I don't know. You have just the poster? Cool, fire it through. Love to use it. You don't think it fits? No, I think you might be right. I think the rug might be a bit much. Not sure where the community post is. If you go to our channel page on YouTube, just the channel itself, there should be a tag that says community, and it would be the last message. If you can't find it, it's just afkwebseries@gmail.com. That is afkwebseries@gmail.com. And that's the email to send any posters that you might have through. Where is that rug? I've lost it. There. Okay. Executive decision. We'll get rid of it. Advanced hut. Dragons. I did think about that, actually. Some guys playing Dungeons and Dragons in a corner. I did think that. Yeah, I think that may end up happening. That or, what was the other thing I was thinking? No, it's gone. It'll come back to me. Good thing about these troopers, these models especially, is that they're quite low poly, quite low res, and so you can have quite a lot of them in the same room and not slow down too much. So, you know, we haven't put any animations on these guys yet, but we can have two guys playing ping pong. We can have somebody else over in the corner here playing video games. Another guy over here playing video games. Little stash of spice. Oh, maybe. Little contraband. So maybe two guys playing a board game across the table. Would a JPEG work? Absolutely. Yep, JPEG is absolutely fine. 72 dpi JPEG, doesn't have to be too high res. That's not very high res, and it's going to be backgroundy anyway, so yeah. Yeah, we had the suggestion of a refreshment droid. I think that's a great idea. I'll see what I can track down. So yeah, much like movie sets, through the tunnel here, it doesn't actually go anywhere. It's all just empty space. And if I go right outside, behind the magic, oh, there's nothing to see at all because it's dark because all the lights are off. Hang on. Just turn that back on. Yeah, this is just a kind of a box. What am I using to make these videos? This is Unreal 5.1, which is available free download from the Epic Games website, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to use, but it does take a little while to get to the point where it's fun to use. You've got to get through not fun before you get to fun, if you know what I mean. Just going to put because there's always a backboard for dartboards, isn't there? A gonk droid? Yeah. Don't think we've seen a gonk droid yet. That's a good idea. It could be cables running to a gonk droid. He's powering all the games, because they are just basically walking batteries, aren't they? So I'm gonna just quickly download a cork texture. I don't think you guys can see this because but I've just gone to the Quixel resources site, which is actually plugged into Unreal, and there's so many things you can download from here just for free. Kenneth, I said Unreal 5.1. Unreal Engine 5.1. So there's our corkboard. It's a bit dark in that corner. I need to move our light back a bit. There we are. So I've got these lights on the ceiling. Thank you, Hobo Bacon. Very kind of you to say. Now it's dark there. Maybe I'll just add a new light. There we go. Because it's not supposed to be too dark and shadowy in here. It's supposed to be a reasonably brightly lit area. How would gonk droids fight? Wouldn't they just like walk very slowly into each other? Hello, Prabhu Orion. So what I need to do now is just find some animations for these guys to play ping pong. Let's look up. Oh, I did actually. That's an idea I could do. I did download a playing video game animation. Where did I put it? Got so many different animations. Hi Jackson, it's going great. Gaming, there we go. Problem is he's sitting down, so if I use this animation I'm going to have to fix it in the sequence so that he's standing up. But I did like his upper body motions. Whack-a-mole, that's right, I did think of whack-a-mole, yes. Whack-a-mole with Ewok heads, that's funny. Unless I just get him a gaming stool, that could work too. So this guy's playing in the corner here. So this is fun. This is the fun part of it, where we just get to build these worlds and gradually, over time, flesh them out with any number of things. This guy floating in the background there, but we'll fix that later. So yeah, if we'll probably call that a day. Just a quick look at what's coming up in the next episode. There's this gaming room with all these various guys. So yeah, once again, hopefully that should be out before the end of the month, or at least by the end of February. It's tracking along nicely. In the meantime, yeah, we've got our channel membership, so if you wanted to see it a little bit earlier, then you can join up to that, or on Patreon. Thank you, Rude White Ninja. I'm glad to hear that they've brightened your day a little bit. There's super thanks that you can add to any given video. There's usually a super thanks button at the bottom of the videos, or even on this live stream here if you wanted to support the channel, or you could just support by leaving a like and a comment, which definitely pushes the videos up the algorithm and makes us more visible to the wider world. The channel's doing pretty well at the moment. We're averaging about 1,000 subscribers a day, which is really great. But we've just got to try and keep that momentum up. But yeah, so we'll keep doing these, and next time you see this room, it'll be a little bit busier and a bit more alive with a few more things in it. We're implementing some of you guys' great ideas, and yeah, we'll check back with you soon. Thank you very much. We'll talk soon.